Klombo is 100% confirmed for LEGO Fortnite. Now, I had a comment on my last video that actually mentioned a keybind that allows you to use the Klombo Vacuum feature, although the Klombo actually isn't in the game yet. However, apparently there's a keybind that goes along with it. So I tried to ask and figure out exactly where this was, but I wasn't able to find it. Now, I may be biased, but I posted this in the #1 LEGO Fortnite server out there to see if any of the active members were able to find this glitch. And what do you know? We were actually able to find this. Somebody went into their LEGO Fortnite settings and changed one of their keybinds. They pressed their Q button, which opened their build menu, but that was actually assigned to the Klombo Vacuum button and actually asked to change it. Now again, I went into my game to try to locate this secret setting, and unfortunately I wasn't able to, but it is good to see that other people, whether they're on PC or on PlayStation and Xbox, are able to locate this feature. Now let me catch you guys up to speed when it comes to the Klombo lore and exactly why the community likes him. But because of this new feature that we found, there's also something else that we can talk about today, which may be coming in the next update. Now we heard a month or two ago that Epic was actually working on an animal riding feature in this game, which doesn't necessarily mean that you can ride a wolf, which is obviously Photoshop, but you may be able to ride different animals like horses releasing into the game, the pigs, cows, or any of the other creatures that we currently have available to us. But now knowing that there's actually a keybind to use a feature that comes from Klombo may indicate that we can actually use a riding feature on Klombo when they release to ride them around the map. So it's entirely possible that we're able to ride Klombo, and that does go hand in hand with the fact that we now have the ability to use the vacuum feature on Klombo. Inside of this image here, you could see the vacuum feature being used inside of Battle Royale. However, players did not have the ability to use this feature. You would drop a Klomberry in front of Klombo, they would actually pick up that Klomberry and then give you loot in return. However, now, knowing that we may be able to ride Klombo in order to use this feature, we may be able to pick up different things around the map or eat things while riding this creature. Now, I mentioned Klombo would get angry as well, and in Battle Royale, when you made Klombo angry, they would chase after you and destroy everything in its path, sort of like what a brute does in this game right now. So it's also very likely that maybe we could treat Klombo the exact same way in LEGO Fortnite, shoot at them, smack them, hit them, or do anything else to them to make them angry and actually allow them to farm for us. Again, I'm not 100% sure that that's how this feature would be used, but it does make sense that it follows in the footsteps of how Battle Royale worked. And finally, what we had was the blowhole. This was featured on top of Klombo, and if you stood on top of this, you would actually get launched 150 meters into the sky and then be able to float wherever you want using your glider. It's also very likely that obviously we get this feature in the game as well. I assume that they'll patch some of the glitches when it comes to the balloons before they release Klombo, because using this would be completely pointless at this time. And the other thing about this blowhole, at least from what I think I remember, was that this is what would drop different items into the game as well. So if you fed Klombo the Klomberries, they would use this blowhole not only to shoot you up in the air, but would also be shooting some weapons and different items out as well. Now, I've talked to you guys before about how we already had leaks to do with Buttercake and Klombo to begin with. If you guys did not know, Buttercake was the code name for Klombo before they renamed him into Klombo. But we do have an old leak from LEGO Fortnite that shows us that Buttercake is actually directly in line with Klombo. Named two different things, we do have Buttercake in our game, and it is linked directly to do with Klombo, which means that instead of using Klomberries, it's very likely that we use Buttercake. Again, that's not 100% confirmed, but according to this leak, it does look like that's how we'll treat Klombo. Now keep in mind that the next confirmed update for a 0.10 is on September 4th, and every single major update that we have is typically done on a 0.10 update. So that's going to happen very likely on September 4th. Obviously, all of these dates are subject to change, but these have been pretty accurate up until this point. So that should mean that Klombo is about 18 days away from arriving into LEGO Fortnite, and the best way to prepare, in my opinion, is to have 2 cows and 2 chicken, as they're going to help you the most when it comes to getting Buttercake. And the reason is pretty simple. If you give Slapberry to your chickens, they're going to give you a ton of eggs in return. If you give your cows a vine, they're going to give you milk, and having 2 of these is going to help you gain a ton of ingredients needed in order to make the Buttercake. Now, if you guys didn't, make sure that you go ahead and build one of these auto processing farms, because when it comes to getting flour, this makes life so much easier. It also makes life easier for slapberries and every other type of berry in this game, because now you can collect all of your wheat, turn it into the wheat grain, and then give yourself a ton of flour in return. So what this does, after collecting every single one of those flour from those areas and collecting everything from your animals, you should be able to stack a ton of these resources inside of all of your grand chests in order to absolutely load up your ovens. This is going to allow you to make a ton of butter cake, giving you a near infinite amount without really having to use anything in this game because it all comes free from your farm and animals. Now, I get comments a lot asking how much of this butter cake you're going to need when this Klombo update happens. And again, the reality is we have 18 days to prepare, and in that 18 days, just getting one stack is going to have you pretty much lined up perfectly when this update comes out. For myself, I'm just collecting as much of this as I can because, again, as a content creator, it never hurts to be over-prepared in situations like this, but as a regular player, sometimes it's more beneficial not to be that prepared at all. For myself, I already have one full grand chest full, and I have grand chest almost filled when it comes to the ingredients that are needed for this butter cake, just in case you never actually need the butter cake to be used. When it comes to all of this, I'm going to try to fill up this entire wall with it, as I've already started up on my second chest. At the end of the day, guys, I see all of your comments, I see your concerns for the state of the game and even the future of this game, but the positives is that we have a lot of leaks about the future of this game. The roadmap has been extremely accurate. Now we see that Epic is making mistakes even when it comes to the keybinds, telling us that Klombo is obviously 100% coming. There's so many things to be excited about when it comes to this game and the future of this game. Just sometimes it's a little unfortunate how early some of us got in and started playing it. Obviously, people that jumped in a little bit later are going to have a little bit more fun than what we were if we were playing the game since day one. But again, at the end of the day, this is a game that's going to be around for years to come. And in the 8-9 months that it's been around, they have found a ton of success and have improved this game a ton since it is actually released at the end of December or the beginning of December. So the way that I look at this game right now is it's still a work in progress. At some points, it does feel like we're beta testers for the game, but at the end of the day, if they're going to keep giving us updates, whether that's monthly or bi-weekly, we are going to see a ton of improvements extremely fast. And this update only being 18 days away isn't the end of the world and is definitely something that I could wait for, assuming that Klombo will be coming with it. It's a whole different story if Klombo does not come with this update. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys are excited at all for Klombo, now knowing that they're going to be a rideable creature potentially and be able to go ahead and use a vacuum feature with them. I really want to know what you guys think. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, this was Crafty, and I'm out. Peace. YouTube thinks that you're going to like either one of these videos above, so click on one of them and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you aren't already.